Welcome to Behind the Scenes at ID8 Studios, the place where we explore the art of producing art. I'm Steve Sue with...
Crystal Backy, and we're here with Bella Luke Kalani.
Hi.
Hi, and you're holding Mia,
Yes.
the dog. She's with us today in studio, and she's excited to be with you. So the topic today is...
How to heighten your hula.
Yes.
How to heighten your hula. So you're a hula dancer.
Mm-hmm.
So you're also the youngest person we've ever had on our podcast.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
What year are you in at Punahou?
I'm a junior.
Junior at Punahou.
Yes.
But you've been dancing hula for almost your whole life, right?
Yeah, since I was like in preschool.
Wow.
Yeah.
I remember you dancing in preschool. She's the cutest thing ever.
I don't remember too much.
Yeah.
From preschool.
You've always been graceful, and you've always been a great singer also, I know.
Thank
You're a
you.
very talented artist. So how to heighten your hula? Well, what is hula, first of all?
Well, hula is like the traditional Hawaiian dancing. It started a really long time ago with kahiko, which is like the most ancient style of hula with like different implements. So no, they didn't have ukuleles or guitars. It was just chanting and like ipu or drums. And then more modern day hula is the awana, which is more common like when you go to Waikiki or hotels and you see with the singers with their ukuleles, guitars, and basses, and then like some graceful hula.
So what's your preference?
I kind of prefer kahiko more just because, I don't know, I feel like it's more technical and you have to kind of be more serious, but I really like awana, and that's more what I do like when I go and perform other places.
All right.
Yeah. How do you polish your techniques?
Just practice a lot, getting feedback from like my kumus, my mom, performing for family and friends. Yeah, it all helps.
Sometimes I'm watching hula dancers, and it's almost like they're double jointed. Like you guys could move your fingers and wrists in ways that seem almost like inhuman to me. Is that something you have to stretch a lot, or what do you... is that just like a visual illusion?
I would say once you just kind of have been dancing for a long time, it's muscle memory. Like you'll just have, your wrists will flow a certain way, your fingers will flow a certain way, your hips and everything like that. So it just takes time, practice.
There's a lot of moving parts. Like things in your body are doing different things all at the same time. So do you have to break it down and learn feet up, or how do you learn hula?
So there's different ways. Like usually you would do feet work first. So just getting all the steps, and then you'll add the hands once you're more comfortable, because then you add the music and the words, so it all makes sense together.
And it takes years to acquire this skill at a high level.
Yeah, so I've been dancing for a pretty long time, so yeah.
And how would you get to the point where people would say you're a kumu?
Well,
Which is like, what does that mean exactly in your space?
well, in Hawaiian language, kumu is a teacher, so I guess it's just someone who they have enough knowledge of the topic to be able to make their own hulas and be able to teach it to other people. So I probably wouldn't say I'm a kumu, because in a halau it's like a very respected position.
Allows a club.
Yeah, so it's like my group of all my hula sisters, hula brothers, and the kumus, the teachers.
How many kumu would there be in a club?
In my halau, there are two. They're husband and wife, Kumu Tracy and Keave Lopez. But other halaus are different.
Okay. And so is there different age groups in halau?
Yeah, so for mine, at least, there's the keiki class. So it's girls and boys from, I think, like toddler age to 13. And then 13 and up is the wahine class, the older women, and then the older men.
And so how do you move up? Do they rate you by your skill or just by age?
For the classes, it's mostly by age, but like there's different other things that you can do for hula. Like I did keiki hula when I was younger, and that they invite you, they ask you if you would like to do keiki hula, which is like I would say it's the equivalent of Merry Monarch competition for keiki.
Tell us what Merry Monarch is.
Merry Monarch is an annual hula competition. A bunch of hulaus. There's some from Japan, mainland, and then all the islands. They just get together. It's on the Big Island, and they share their kahiko, awana, their oli, and I guess just the judges. They rate you on like your movement, your expression, the melee, the costumes, everything. So it's really
like
great
the
event.
Olympics of hula.
Yeah,
right?
it really is.
Is there anything bigger in the rest of the world as Merry Monarch?
I would say for hula, Merry Monarch is like the biggest.
It's the deal, right?
Yeah.
It's the big show. Mm-hmm. So have you gone to that event?
I have not yet. I really would love to go to Merry Monarch. I think it'd be such a cool experience.
Yeah, because when you see pictures of it, it's like, wow, it's so many people on stage and they're so accomplished, and the unison of them is amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty surreal.
Yeah. Okay, so how do those people get that good?
Just by a lot of dedication. You really need to hula has to be your main thing. Practices are so many hours a week, like 4 days a week, 4 to 5. So just practicing a lot on your own with your kumus, with your hula sisters, your halau, and just keep practicing, making sure that you're watching yourself, but then you're also paying attention to the other women around you because you want to dance all together as one unit. You're not a soloist.
How do you even do that? Because everybody's doing exactly the same thing. Like the right arm's going this way and the left arm's doing that. I mean, everybody can't be exactly the same, but how do you call out a person that's not exactly there?
I mean, it's really technical. Like, I think when you go to like different hula performances, they make it look really easy, but there's a lot of work, and like you really have to pay attention, but you also have to make sure you're doing the right thing. You have to be in line exactly with the girls next to you, in front of you, all around you, and making sure your hands are like at the exact angle as the person next to you. So
how do you do that? I mean, do you spot like the next person over?
Maybe you dance in front of like a mirror for a while.
Yeah. So at our halau, we practice in front of a mirror, and then until we kind of get it more, and then we'll switch to like a bigger area and make sure that our lining and our spacing is all correct.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's why there's mirrors in dance stadiums. I know zero about dance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's smart.
Yeah.
And
But without that transition to not having the mirror must be so like, I don't know, like you had a lot of trust that everyone's doing the same thing.
Yeah, it's pretty challenging, especially like for the girls who are in the front row. They're the leaders, so they have to know what they're doing the whole time. And yeah, it's pretty challenging. It's a little scary when you move to the area without the mirrors, because you just have to, you have to trust that
training wheels
hula.
off. Just feel it.
Go all in. You have to like be confident in what you're doing.
Wow, that sounds scary. It's almost like becoming blind and you're just flying in the fog. And everybody's flying in the fog together and nobody's like bashing into each other. That's amazing. Yeah. So do you want to teach hula someday?
I'm not really sure.
Or how about making your own hula? Have you ever made your own hula?
I have not. I think it would be pretty interesting to make my own. I think I know a lot about hula. Not sure if I know enough to like choreograph a whole song.
Is that common for people to make hula, or do most people just dance traditional dances?
I think more people who are like in a halal, they'll just follow like whatever their kumus choreograph. But I know other people who like they dance for their church or they just dance for fun and they'll kind of choreograph their own. You have to make sure that all your motions are like aligning with the words of the song and the meanings of the
Oh, interesting. So they're all generally like the length of a song because they're reflective of a song?
Yeah, so you're dancing.
What if you just do like one verse, like doing the TikTok hulas? That could be you.
I don't know.
She likes it. Yeah, right? Who's doing that?
I don't think I've ever seen anyone just do one verse of a hula, but you kind of
Not possible.
the songs, like all Hawaiian songs, they tell a story. So it's from the beginning of the song to the very end of the song is the whole story. So you want to make sure you're telling that whole story.
Gotcha. Okay. Tell the whole story. Don't leave anything out.
I know it's
There has to be a happy ending to every hula.
right.
Wait, are they all happy stories, or are there any like treacherous stories?
Not all of them are happy. Some of them are about like despair or like, but a lot of them are about love or just about the land, the aina around you.
So how do you depict despair in a hula? Like how would I, if I'm watching you do a hula, how do I know that you're in despair, aside from the words?
Yeah, I think a lot of hula is your facial expression. So if you like show that in your face that you're like sad or that whatever you're dancing about, you really want to show on your face to the audience
That
what
makes
that
sense.
song is about.
Yeah, okay. And you wouldn't change your makeup or anything because you're usually doing multiple numbers, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, interesting. I learned a lot about hula. How about you, Crystal?
What about me?
You want to do hula? Because you want to do every other person that's come on this show is like,
I just
I want to do that. I want to do that. I want to be on Broadway. I want to go fishing. Do you want a hula?
I never thought about it.
I think you should.
Yeah.
I know a girl that can teach you.
Yeah. Yeah, you could teach me some things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could teach me too, right?
Definitely.
You could try. I'm not so good at that kind of thing, but I could be a consumer. Yeah. Well, Isabella, thank you for joining us today
Thank
and
you so
teaching us a little bit
much.
about how to elevate your hula game, heighten your hula game.
Heighten.
Yeah. So if anybody out there wants to learn more about you and your club, where do they go to?
You can follow me on my Instagram. It's at bella.kuulealoha.
Yay. And if you want to learn more about this show, Crystal, where do they go?
At ID8studios.org.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us. Aloha.